What's going on, good people? What's going on, bad? It's me, Mr. Glass, is back at it again with the truth. It's the truth, period. Fuck all the bullshit. And I'm here with Clarence Carter. I don't know if I'm remembering the name, but the dude off of Hustle and Flow. Clarence Carter, whatever the nigga name is. But anyway, he's making some sense for a motherfucking change. And a lot of people need to realize what's going on so they can change. Here we go.
Inspirate universal prime directive of existence. He elaborates. All matter must be congruent with all other matter, meaning everything has a common denominator and can be reduced to its lowest term. This idea of congruence and commonality leads to his assertion that the common factor, or quanta, of our universe is the structure of one. Understanding this structure, he suggests, unifies all things. Through his unique lens, Terence invites us to view the universe not as a collection of disparate parts, but as a cohesive whole, where every element, every wave, and every particle is intrinsically connected to form the singular reality of one. This exploration is not just a scientific or mathematical analysis, it's a philosophical reflection on the unity and interconnectedness of all existence. 1. We know the definition alone that to multiply means to make many or manifold, to actually increase the number or quantity. Therefore, it must increase in size and quantity, or it is not multiplication. Consequently, 1 times 1 equals 1 could never be a part of the multiplication table because it fails to satisfy the definition of the term to multiply. So, by definition alone, we have clear and rational proof that 1 times 1 can never equal just 1. We also know that 1 times 1 equaling 1 is a false answer because the associative and commutative laws were not properly followed.
Hi, what do you need?
An unbalanced equation. Also, the identity
Sure thing.
has thus
Limo
been
en
shown
route.
to be based upon an uninformed, biased, and arbitrary preconception that has no relative value in light of observed natural phenomena. 2. Although it is an acceptable phenomenon in the mathematic community for the square root of a number less than 1 when added to itself to be greater than the initial number squared, we are discussing the number 2, and its square root when added to itself should never exceed the initial number. For that would be highly irregular and completely unacceptable, even in the loop-spinning constraints of the laws of our current system of mathematics. This anomaly is not acceptable for anything that exists within the physical universe beyond our flawed system of mathematics, meaning that no other system or organism within our known universe behaves as our numeric system, where one is massless, weightless, without spin, and lacking of any measurable effects when it interacts with itself or any other number that is derived from it. This ultimately prevents the square root of 2 from having the natural and logical answer 1. Remember, an object must be equal to the sum of its parts. It cannot be greater than nor less than itself. This is just simple common sense. Therefore, the square root of any given number when added to itself should never exceed the initial number. If it does, then we have overreached and the true square root of that number has failed to be satisfied. 3. Newton's uncontested third law states, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Therefore, 1 times 1 equaling 1 is a violation of every natural law regarding cause and effect within the known universe. Consequently, 1 times 1 must equal at the very least 2. 4. The Pythagorean theorem postulates that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This, unfortunately, corners mathematics into a stalemate of short-sighted reasoning because the side and the diagonal of the square become incommensurable if both sides are positive integers. 5. Euclidean geometry gave birth to the Platonic solids, which were constructed with straight intersecting lines that do not exist in our universe of curved space/time. Attempting to describe our world and the underlying structure of the universe by straight lines seems as futile an attempt as someone trying to capture the complexities of the entire human anatomy in stick figures. It produces only a crude depiction of the true reality. Remember, all energy in the universe is expressed in motion, and all motion is expressed in waves, and all waves are a function of a vortex, a spinning whirlpool, and all vortex functions are curved. There are no straight lines in the universe. Therefore, there aren't any straight lines in universal mathematics. So there you have it. 5 logic-provoking, reliable witnesses that testify to the unreasonable and illogically flawed basis that governs man's thinking upon these matters, and is also the foundation of our system of multiplication.
Now, I stop it right there to double back on what he said. Man's way of thinking, that's what happened. We was programmed not to think. We was programmed not to ask questions. We were programmed some shit that wasn't really logic, because it was all made up for a reason of programming, to keeping you servitude, to keeping you not knowing the truth that's already ready within you, to keep you as a willing participant in your own slavery, because you're not thinking for yourself. You're really being lazy, and now they don't have to beat you no fucking more, because you're submissive to what they done taught you to make believe, understand, have faith, and hope. Just 5 fucked up words. Got so many fucking people stuck on stupid and make believe la la land on a motherfucking island with a whole bunch of fucking liars not knowing what the fuck they're doing. The truth to the matter that matters really is, we all got a fucking mind to matter with. We ain't no fucking kids. Once you reach a certain age, the wisdom of the Creator supposed to kick in for you to not be as dumbed down as society can dumb you down to be. All that there is to be is raw creativity. That is and always will be. It'll never die. It's light. It's inside of each and every one of me and you. The truth is in what you do. The knowing before doing. The thinking. The preparations. You got to be thinking 24/7 to know the numbers. To know, not believe. To know, not understand. To know, not have faith. To know, not hope. To know the truth is you. Everything you do is the truth being you. Your reality is created by the Creator of reality itself. The unconditional love is the truth within you, for you to know better, and to know that you know better than no one else. To know better is to know that the race is already won. What you're racing for? What is there to win? They actually put us in a race by labeling us as a race of people so we can rob, steal, and kill each other. It is what it is. Stupidity is what's making us all equal right now, because you make me stupid. You literally make me stupid. I'm just saying. You literally makes me, the John to the T to the Northland to the Junior, stupid, because I'm guilty by association, because all I can do for you, because I can't make you realize what you need to know about all these fucking lies. All I can do is remind you of the truth that's already ready within you. You're born with this here to be alive. But we've been taught some fucking bullshit by the number one fucking bullshitters. And that's the pastor preacher getting taught by the slave master. Him teaching the congregation to believe some motherfucking bullshit, to understand some motherfucking bullshit, to have faith in some motherfucking bullshit, and then hope that this motherfucking bullshit was some type of fucking truth. When, like I said before, it was bullshit to program you to be a lying loser. All I want you to do for me for a change is think for yourself for a change. And think about that word believe. for a change. Why believe when you need to know what you're doing? Why understand when you need to know what you're doing? Why have faith when you need to know what you're doing? Why hope when you need to know what you're doing? All of those words was made up to keep you from being responsible for what the fuck you do, to have excuses to fuck over people just like you. That's what those words were made up to do. Because that's what those words did to me and you. They separated us from the truth, knowing better. Because they don't want you to know better. They want you to be stuck on stupid in a belief system. When the truth is the truth, you shouldn't believe shit. You shouldn't understand shit. You shouldn't have faith in shit, and you shouldn't hope for shit. The truth is the truth. You need to be thinking about what the fuck you doing 24/7 to know that you can fuck up some shit if you don't know what the fuck you doing. When you just going along to get along with some bullshit that was taught to you as a child, never to grow up to be responsible as a man, to be responsible as a woman, to be responsible as a man and a woman as adults. Knowing, not believing, because the truth is in the knowing. Ain't no truth in believing, ain't no truth in understanding, ain't no truth in having faith, ain't no truth in no fucking hope. That's all slave masters made up 5 programming words to keep you from knowing the truth that's already ready within you. To know better is to know that you know better than no one else. To know better is to know what makes us all equal from within. It is what it is, and all it is the creator within the creation. The mind that matters, everybody got one. It's just a lot of them is stuck on stupid, not using theirs. I'm just saying, if I didn't know, I wouldn't act like I know, because then I'm lying to you and try to lie to me, which I can never do. I can never lie to the creator within me and the creator within you, because it's the same truth to what we do. It's just that we've been taught to be stupid. I'm just saying, it's time to stop being lazy, playing in the game that's being ran on us. While you on your knees praying, they are playing you for fucking stupid. I'm just saying. All believers are stupid if you are a believer. Children are stupid by default. Their fucking parents' fault for teaching them that bullshit. Starting you off how to lie. Literally, your parents taught you how to lie when they taught you some bullshit about some Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. Fuck all that bullshit. Somebody give me the fucking reason why they lied. Because the truth is the truth. Question everything that don't make sense to you. Because the truth always makes sense. And when I say always because I want you to look at the plus sign. 2 is always better than 1 when you know the one that put it all together in the first place for you to be born a winner already. I'm just saying, it's time for us to realize who's lying to who and stop playing in the game that's rigged against you to lose when you was born a winner already to not have to never race. You was taught this bullshit. You was taught to compete. I'm just saying, it's time to let go. Opt out of this fucked up program game. Opt out. Leave it alone. It's time to. Brown men and women, women and men. I'm so disappointed in you. You should know better than to live there and go along and get along with some bullshit that don't make no sense to you. Wow. Back to Terrence Howard.
Money can't be multiplied, or can it? Money can be multiplied by a number, but can it be multiplied by itself? Terrence Howard critically examines the transition from a gold-based monetary system to a fiat system, exploring its implications on the nature of money and its multiplication. His analysis touches on both the mathematical and conceptual aspects of currency, challenging the traditional notions of value and multiplication in the context of modern economics. Terrence starts by posing an intriguing question. Money can't be multiplied, or can it? He then delves into the foundational principles of mathematics, reminding us that everything has a common denominator and can be reduced to its lowest terms. This approach, he suggests, should apply to money as well, arguing that if the monetary value can be made equal to the number it's being multiplied by, then theoretically, money can't be multiplied. Look at what Terrence says about the nature of money in the modern economy. Our paper money isn't a convenient representation of anything except that of a very vivid imagination, because our currency is no more valuable than the paper that it is printed upon. This statement highlights the crux of his argument about the fiat system. The US dollar, once anchored to the gold standard, offered a tangible value. However, post its detachment from gold, it became a virtual entity, susceptible to manipulation and devoid of a solid backing. Terrence explains the historical context of this shift, citing President Franklin D. Roosevelt's 1933 mandate and President Nixon's 1971 decision to officially take the U.S. off the gold standard. He illustrates how these actions led to a global shift towards fiat currencies, essentially transforming them into digital markers in a binary system, devoid of intrinsic value. This transformation, according to Terrence, has profound implications. When the world governments ceased to base their currencies upon hard assets, at that moment all currency became nothing more than virtual digital markers. He argues that in such a system, money becomes an abstract concept, easily manipulated and multiplied within the confines of a computer program, much like imaginary numbers in mathematics. Terrence also touches on the concept of fractionalization in currency, highlighting how the value of a dollar can vary based on its subdivision into smaller units like quarters or pennies. This variability, he suggests, further complicates the notion of a stable, unified value for money. This is a call to re-examine our understanding of value, currency, and the principles of multiplication in the context of a global economy that has moved away from tangible assets. Through this exploration, Terrence challenges us to rethink the nature of money and its role in our society, highlighting the complexities and potential pitfalls of a system increasingly detached from physical reality. Now that I've explained one way that money can be multiplied and some historical examples, would you like to see what could be possibly taking place behind the hidden walls of the financial world? A penny times a penny equals what? Since the penny is no longer based upon the hard asset of gold and is now based upon an imaginary value that is equal to a virtual value of the integers or numbers, then it follows 1 penny times 1 penny equals 1 penny, according to the rules of current mathematics and multiplication. 1 penny times 1 penny equals 2 pennies, according to the laws of universal mathematics. 1 penny times 1 penny equals 0.0001. According to a calculator, a penny times a penny, 0.01 times 0.01 equals 0.0001. Does a penny times a penny equal 1 penny based upon the rules of multiplication? Or does a penny times a penny equal 0.0001 based upon our current decimal system? A value so small that there isn't even a currency circulated for that amount by the U.S. Department of Treasury. All calculations shown here are reasonable forms of multiplication, but which one remains consistent with observed universal phenomena? How would you like your money calculated? A nickel times a nickel equals what? A nickel is equivalent to 5 pennies. Then a nickel times a nickel should also equal a quarter. A nickel times a nickel, according to the calculator, is 0.05 times 0.05 equals 0.0025. Again, a value so small that there is not a currency circulated to represent it. How would you like your money calculated? A dime times a dime equals what? A dime is equivalent to 10 pennies. A dime times a dime should be equivalent to 10 pennies times 10 pennies. 10 pennies times 10 pennies is equivalent to 100 pennies, which is equal to $1. But a dime times a dime equals a penny according to a calculator. 0.10 times 0.10 equals 0.01. How would you like your money calculated? What is a quarter times a quarter? A quarter is equal to 25 pennies. Therefore, a quarter times a quarter equals 25 pennies times 25 pennies.
You're always gonna get tested 3,000. You're gonna have to pass that test.
Which is $6.25 US. Yet a quarter times a quarter, according to the calculator, is 0.0625. 0.25 times 0.25 equals 0.0625.
Hey, so
How would you like your money calculated? As you can clearly see, for all of our unfortunate lives, and for most of mankind's chaotic existence upon this planet under the false banner of a civilized society we've been, if I may borrow a phrase or two from the legendary civil rights leader, Malcolm X, we've been misled, bamboozled, we've been hacked, hoodwinked, conned, taken advantage of, taken for a ride around the proverbial block, taken to the cleaners, and we've been taken to the bank, literally. The British just so happen to have a phrase that they use to describe someone who is short-sighted and a tad bit slow when it comes to finances. They call it being penny-wise and pound-foolish. Unfortunately, that
Pennywise
describes
and pound-foolish.
99.9% of the past and present populations of the world. Nevertheless, the proverbial buck stops here, all pun intended.
It is what it is. We all being played by the elite assholes who made up the games and who constantly make up the rules and regulations in their favors. Because how can you get any type of fucking justice when the fucking criminals are the ones running the justice system? You can't. Shit, the legal line lawyers like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, bitch ass, Jim Biden, all the Bidens, because all of them motherfuckers criminals. Wake up. That's all I have to say. Wake up.
man, you gonna get